Bring it back. This shit is hot.
You don't want me serving these bricks, These junkies out, they need a fix, A 8 and a 2, watch it sit, Without me, they ain't getting lit, Up early, I'm serving these licks, We in the Mozzie with sticks, Your hoe in the back getting flipped, I showed her some game and shit, Like this, that's a quarter, this a half, here's a whole thing. Now these bitches on my phone tryna know things. How my zipper get attached to your nose ring? Tryna figure who I'm fucking, cause you nosy. You too goddamn nosy.
We back with another episode of Random Thoughts from Azimoto. I'm your host, Azimoto, just a young buff in South Florida with a vision and something to say. How we doing? How we feeling this week? So far, so good? Good, that's a vibe, that's a bet. For my day ones who've been with me since the real episode 1, what y'all noticed so far? I got a mic and this shit getting better, the audio coming clear. I appreciate y'all for rocking through with that choppy ass shit though. I appreciate it. Y'all stayed through to make sure I got my message across, and I fuck with y'all. That's why y'all a little better than these new niggas who's probably listening to this as episode 1 on the podcast. Cause it makes most sense. I got a better mic. You feel me? 2 + 2 = 4 on any day of the week. So yeah, for my new niggas, for my new people, right? This is just a platform where we just talk random shit, you know? You're like, some's real, some's funny, some's sad. Some might be a little wild, some might be a little unhinged. So brace yourself. Alright, so let's get right into it. Y'all know that IShowSpeed, that streamer? Real cool kid. I ain't gonna cap. Real cool kid. Real athletic. Ever since he left them people from way back when, he started really popping his shit for real. So he went over to China and he was doing all types of shit. Like recreated the Karate Kid scene. He was running out of this ditch or like this pit that's like really hard to get out of and shit like that. So he was really popping his shit, having fun, trying food, meeting people, you know, seeing great sights and all that shit. But the second I seen that flying car, I knew exactly what was going down. The whole thing, China was using him for advertisement and they got it off. I can't lie. They felt that we was losing some points over here. If you watch any of, like, go watch a K-drama or some shit and go look at the technology they got and tell me you don't want a piece of that. Tell me you wouldn't want to also make calls, text, do your TikToks and shit like that on a flip touchscreen phone. And it works straight. Beautiful. Perfect. I looked at my shit like, damn, why don't you flip, you basic bitch? I see what they had and I wanted a piece of that. And that's just over in Korea. Imagine China, a big ass nation of 5,000 years. Come on now. And once I seen that, I knew it. You gonna let a black man walk up in your shit and he gets to show a flying car? They thought we would have this shit by 2025, by like in the 60s and 70s, right? We look over here in America, we see the potholes in the city and all that shit. We like, damn, we a long way from that. Oh shit, he over there on the stream. Yo! They got flying cars? That's how they getting it down over there? They used him to flex they nuts. And it worked perfectly. Alright? And before y'all get to whining and complaining about why we don't have nice shit like that, let me tell y'all how the money works over here in this capitalist country. Check. So, if we invest in more buses and trains and shit like that, and we get a nice transportation system, people have the less of a need to go drive. Once they have a less of a need to go drive, insurance and health insurance and like death rates and shit like that, they go down. Hospitals lose money. 1. 2, then the car companies are going to lose money. Then what happens after that? The NBA is going to lose funding. The NFL is going to lose funding. Major sports network lose funding. A lot of shows lose funding. A lot of your movies are going to get shittier because car companies sponsor that shit. It's all a trickle-down effect. This ain't a democracy. It's a capitalist country. Get with the program now. Check up. And that whole shit about them using a black man, come on now. Bro, black people, we really only use globally for selling shit? Or for we're just an object of hate for these people. It's the truth. And if it's not backed by like our own community, then we ain't really gonna get out of here. We ain't really gonna get out of this mud. And I'll tell you why. Carmelo Anthony. I ain't talking about the basketball player. He was a 17-year-old who got into a little high school scuffle, right, with Austin Metcalf, another kid, white kid. R.I.P. to him though. R.I.P. to Austin Metcalf. He is a minor. I'm not going to just use his name just to diss him, but this is real. So that shit happened. Carmelo like stabbed him out of self-defense because I guess they was whooping his ass or however that scuffle was going down. Point of the story is a black kid walked away from a scuffle with a white kid and white America is pissed at it. They trying to paint this kid the worst way. Like, he was, like, all reports are coming out that he was a stellar stand-up dude, and they trying to paint his image so fucking bad. They trying to say his family bought a new car. They been had it. They trying to say that they they got a new crib. They had to switch locations because a lot of people want this kid out the paint. It only makes sense. They trying to make all these lies online, and it's just not checking out. All it shows is that they not going to give him the same grace that they gave Kyle Rittenhouse, who traveled 2 states for a protest where he felt threatened. I'm sorry. You can't feel threatened from 2 states away. You made the drive. You got in your car and made the drive, and you feel threatened. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. They're not trying to give him the same grace they gave George Zimmerman. They tried to give Derek Chauvin some grace, and they're not going to extend him the same grace they tried to give Derek Chauvin. You had your knee on a man's neck for 8 minutes. How could we try to justify that? How could we try to even glorify you in any way, shape, or form? It failed because your ass got booked, but hey, why ain't you try to give Carmelo Anthony the same type of support? And they hella mad, they hella pissed that his bail went from $1 million to $250,000. They really mad. They really mad. Call it like it is. That's not on the depressing shit, I promise. For this episode, that's not on the depressing shit. Let's get into some funny. Let's get into some real shit. Because I don't know why 26 is considered old to these young niggas now. Actually, I guess why. It's because we all recognize they growing up too fast. Aaliyah was like 22 when she passed. Biggie was 24. Tupac was around the same age. They was not that old when they passed, and they was forever immortalized. But yet, they was immortalized as like adults, but like, yeah, legally they was, but at the same time, bro, they just became adults. Like, these were fresh adults type shit. Like, the people who was listening to them now got kids and are working on being grandparents. That's what they got going on right now. That's what they got. God forbid anything happen to Luka. He's a young nigga too. But yeah, let him not be a hooper. These young niggas would try to say he's old. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? And speaking of Luka, where y'all think he's going to be top 20? Oh, actually, no, I fucked that up. I think he's going to be top 20 when all said and done, bare minimum. Bare minimum. Even if he wins no rings, no MVPs, no none of that shit, he's definitely top 20 all time when all is said and done at the end of his career. That's what he's looking to be projected to be. You pull up in Dallas, change the motion, boy, he was feeding families in Dallas. Boy, all that playoff success series, come on now, don't play. Luka was handling his shit. And he's getting on into the Lakers. And depending on how deep this playoff run goes, bro, he's already cementing himself as a Laker legend. Okay, that's tooting his horn a little too much, but bro, let them win a ring. How is he not a Laker legend already? You pull up halfway through the season, and you're a huge part on their playoff success because he's about to cook the fuck out of niggas. I am not gonna lie. Win or lose, he's gonna cook the fuck out of niggas. I know that for a fact. I swear it on this cup. On that cup, he's gonna go off. Crazy shit. Crazy. I got a hot take for y'all. For my anime heads, I got a hot take for y'all. I'm gonna use basketball as this as a benchmark, right? What did the Lakers do when Goku went Super Saiyan? What did the Lakers do for Dragon Ball Z? Not a goddamn thing. What did the Lakers do for One Piece? They had a whole night. What did soccer clubs do for Dragon Ball Z? Not really a goddamn thing. What did soccer players do for One Piece? They was referencing and hitting the pose after celebrations and shit. So what is this really evidence to? One Piece is more popular than Dragon Ball. Argue with your auntie about it. Matter of fact, your auntie is probably the one trying to argue me because that's why Dragon Ball has so much pull right now. It's all nostalgia. It's all nostalgia. One Piece does not have, like, it has nostalgia going for it, and it's got some new motion because it's all the same series. They didn't need to take a crazy ass break like Dragon Ball did. They did Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Super. The list goes fucking on, and it's probably never gonna stop. But it's always just been One Piece. It's always just been One Piece. So I feel like the evidence is clear. I feel like the evidence is clear. Let go of the nostalgia and look at the facts. Look at it. It's okay. I had the same emotion once I realized it 5 years ago. It's okay. It's all good. But hey, let me give y'all a piece of advice though. If y'all go to the barbershop or y'all go to the motherfucking clinic to go get your blood drawn or some shit, go to the same people. Go to the same people. I went to this barbershop about a week ago. Yeah, about a week ago. And no, about 2 weeks ago. Type shit. And like, bro, normally whenever I go there, it's the one barbershop where I don't have a barber. I have a shop because I feel comfortable that almost any person in there could cut me, and they normally get me right. I normally just say, "Yo, I want a high skin fade, clean up the beard." Sometimes I want to, clean, like, get this shit off. Sometimes I want to thin this up. Sometimes I want to, you feel me? Sometimes I'll vary with the beard option, but it's always a high skin fade. That's all I really can do. And they never really ask no questions. High skin fade in the lineup. That's it. This new nigga though, he asked me 51 questions. I said, God damn, is this an interview? Shit, just cut my shit. I gave you enough info. And then on top of that, when it's time to go clean up underneath the beard and shit, he just gonna knock the seat back, give a brother no warning. How you gonna do that and ask all these details beforehand? How you thorough and you skip a step? It's mad confusing and inconsistent. You still got your tip, but like, my nigga, that's a little odd. Un poquito weird. Un poquito weird. I'll tell you that right now. So, and back to the clinic shit. Oh my god, bro. I need to see Nurse V and know her schedule. Cause okay, Nurse V, I don't know what she is, but she used to be like this thick shit, right? And then she's been losing weight. I don't know if it's the gym or Ozempic, but she's been doing something. She still got the curves, but she just slimmed down in the proportions, and I'm still fucking with it, all that good shit. But then the one time I was going to go draw blood routinely, she wasn't there. There was this new shorty there. Bro, she done pricked my arm. Some blood started going out now. And then, bro, it was just bad. So some blood started going out, and then it stopped, and then she started moving the needle around trying to, like, find the vein, like, backdoor her way in. Like, bro, this is my fucking body. This is my temple. Treat it with respect, you fucking heathen. The fuck is going on? And then she gave up and decided to go on the right arm. Thank God she finally found the vein the one time. But how I get pricked twice for one sample? Are you not good at your job? Is that what I'm to understand, shorty? You trained and you just cheated your way through this shit? My body's not, like, my skin ain't that hard now. You clearly got the needle through, so you just missed. You just suck. I felt violated. I got violated. And I'm just telling y'all, go to y'all same people so y'all don't get violated like how I've been violated this month. Sacred shit. That's some sacred shit. My hair and my body. Sacred shit. Both of them got violated by people who don't know they fucking jab. Actually, no, let me not be too harsh on the barber, though. He got me cleaned up right. But that nurse, though, I'm never fucking letting you touch me again. You only checking my temperature and my weight. Maybe blood pressure. That's it, woman. Back away. Unhand me. I said it. Unhand me. But let's get into the rap game, though. Because I've seen a lot of people talk about they white rapper Mount Rushmore. And here's mine. Mac Miller, obviously, because he's one of the best white rappers to do it, right? Paul Wall, right under there. Right there at number 2. And this is where it gets tough. I'm going to have to throw Young Lean at number 3. Because, bro, he was SoundCloud before SoundCloud. And that was, he was the wheel before the car, in a sense. Does that make sense? Are y'all tracking? I hope so. Because he was really the blueprint for a lot of that SoundCloud shit before it took off. And who's number 4? Number 4... I guess I'll have to give it to Eminem. I really wasn't trying to give it to him, though. Main reason why is because he's kind of like a cheat code with his rap shit. So I'll break it down like this. So Mac Miller, obviously, because he was just a white dude doing his own shit. He helped Vince Staples out. He helped Vince Staples create his first studio album, and he ain't asked for no credit. He said, "That's all you, bro. I just wanted to have a hand and create art." That's a real rapper's rapper. Fuck with him. Off of that one project, he had me hooked. Kids, the project, I don't know if it was a mixtape or an album, but either way, no skips. Like, it was a vibe. And he grew as an artist, so I fuck with him for that off the muscle. He never tried to be something he's not. He was just an up north kid with bars, and he had a vision, and he executed. God rest his soul. Paul Wall, I gotta throw him at the solid number 2. He probably could have been number 1. He would have been number 1 if it was more apparent to me that he was white. And not on no racist shit, though. Only for the fact of, bro, I was like 21 years old when I found out Paul Wall was white. I was listening to a whole bunch of shit. I never really paid attention to, like, the album covers because it was always off of, like, mixtapes and shit like that I listened to it. And once I found out he was white, I didn't want to say I felt betrayed, but I felt impressed. I'm like, bro, this whole time? You mean to tell me this whole time you was a white boy? I fought with it, bro. You gotta give respect to that. Young Lean at number 3, like I said, bro, before SoundCloud, he was popping it with Travis Scott. I'm not gonna act like his shit it aged good now because you listen to it. It's like, if you was listening to it now, you kind of gonna have like an off ear with it. But if you was there, if you was outside with it, hey, then you know. Then you know what the wave was about to be. Because then after Young Lean, then SoundCloud was popping off with Chris Travis, Bones, Xavier Wolf, Chris Travis, Eddie Baker, and shit like that. And then everyone else was on SoundCloud. And then we had X, Rob Banks, Kodak, all them niggas, and then it popped off. Uzi, right? Okay then. Playboy Cardi, was y'all there? Not many of you were. And that's okay. I'm telling you right here, right now, go look that shit up so you can get a piece of history. Go get a piece of real American culture. Right? Oh, and not even just to diss Eminem, not to disrespect him at number 4, but he is an anomaly with that shit. The way he breaks it down, I look at him as a rapper as more of like he uses it mathematically. Like if you have two artists, right, and you tell them both, hey, make me a painting. Everyone else, like Miller, Miller, Paul Wall, and Young Lee, they all would paint some shit just off the muscle. They would just use nothing but paint and a brush. Eminem, that motherfucker would use a ruler, a protractor, and a compass to create a really detailed, composed painting, and you gotta respect both, but you know what I'm trying to say. Eminem was real scientific and calculated. He really like broke words down literacy wise. Like that man had so much similes. All like, bro, he was an English teacher's wet dream when it came to rapping. I'm not gonna lie. An English teacher is not gonna appreciate Paul Wall the way she would Eminem. In terms of like rap as a medium for words. And that's why Eminem was number 4. I was low key looking for someone to put above him, but because he's an anomaly. He's an anomaly. But by default he's number 4 because I'm not really rocking with them like that. They don't really make no noise like that. Actually, Millie's. I'll put Millie's before Eminem, and I only got the one track because Eminem is that much of an anomaly about that shit. That's what I'll give him. And speaking of that SoundCloud era from like Young Lean's mention, right? 1,000 Band Fawny. What happened to that nigga, bro? Every real nigga who was in the underground, they had a Fawny phase. Don't argue with me. I put so many niggas on Fawny, just like my one boy at the time put me on Fawny. Like, I really thought he was gonna take off. He was supposed to be right there with Cardi. I'm not gonna lie. In my opinion, he was supposed to be right there with Cardi, but just like on some parallel shit, because they was right there coming out of Atlanta. But I don't know. That shit just ain't happen. From like, I want to say, when was it? Sometime like late 2015 to like late 2018, his run was insane. And it aged well. Go listen to Dirt Devil. That's a great track. Go listen to Dirt Devil, and you'll understand what I'm trying to say. You'll understand it. Yeah, that's it on the rappers. That's all. I'm yapped out about them niggas. But I'm not yapped out about them streamers though, because I got some more shit to say. Hey, y'all know how I said I'd only do streaming if a mass majority of y'all really asked me to, and even if I were to do it, it has to be 1,000% authentic. It's got to be real. It's got to be me. I can't be doing this fake shit like other niggas. Shout out to Speed, and not even to throw shade on like the previous topic that I said about Speed. I ain't even throwing no shade over there. Not at all. He cool. Kai Cenat, he really just iCarly, but a black nigga doing it. So shout out to them boys. But you know what I'm trying to talk about. Them people that be on that weird shit. Like, bro, why is your aunt trying to sleep with you on stream? And why is that shit finding its way to my algorithm on Twitter? That don't make no sense. Get that weird shit away from me. I would never do no shit like that. But this Q-tip looking motherfucker, I low-key had a bone to pick with him. And I wasn't going to say nothing because obviously he ain't do nothing to me, so why would I say something? But this Q-tip looking motherfucker, he got pressed in the club, and I got to give a shout out to the baddie that did it. She wasn't even a baddie, but just off her energy, you get the vibes. So check, this is what happened. He's streaming live club, and like I said, it's streaming. It's raw. Like, no edits, no setup, no tricks, no nothing. Right? So she done said, she walked up to him, she said, hey, you treated my friend like shit, fuck you. Oh, dude, and he replied, I'll do it again. And so then she said, oh, all right, bet. That's why your bitch left you. And then she went to go shake ass on the dance floor. And he couldn't do nothing about it because I guess security or some shit was trying to like step in between. Either way, the gap was too far. And he can't be seen trying to go up to her, trying to press some shit, even though he wanted to, but he was restricted because the camera was on him. The folly of his own decisions. Why you have that camera around following every fucking moment of you and you acting like a scumbag? So that when you get that energy returned back to you, we caught it on camera and you can't do nothing about it. You just got to eat it. Because then you can't hide behind security when you press the issue. And that's that type of shit he be doing, and that's why I don't like that Q-tip motherfucker. That's why I don't like that Q-tip motherfucker. Oh, baby. I don't fuck with nothing he does. Hey, let me ask y'all a question, though. Let me ask y'all a real question. Do y'all think the law applies to crazy people? Does it really apply to crazy people for real? Because look, if I were to do a crime and get like a misdemeanor to get like 2 years in prison, all right, boom, I did that. If a crazy person does it, then obviously, oh shit, you crazy. Send them to a mental asylum. So I guess that's the law working for them. But that's really because somewhere along the line, someone said, hey, yo, we can't just keep throwing these niggas off a cliff. Like, just because they crazy doesn't mean we can just throw these people off a cliff or burn them to the stake. I'm pretty sure the witch hunt left a while ago, right? So I feel like that's why we had mental asylums and shit like that. But I have a solution, though. Or actually, I got a little experiment. What if we were to take a small little island, right, and put a lot of crazy people on there, no medication, just food. Just food and shelter and resources like that. Water, food, shelter. They don't need to work. They can have their internet. They can have a device. They're allowed one device to connect to the internet, right? They're allowed 2 devices to connect to the internet. A phone and a computer. That's all you get. Phone, computer, food, water. That's it, right? No medications. How many do you think would survive at the end of the month? I think half of the population is going down. No meds, no supervision. You just have the basic necessities that we would be straight for. We got shelter. We got something to connect to the internet. We got food. We don't need to work. All right, well, we could probably last a month. Can they do the same? I don't think they could, because I think way back when, before we had like a law system and all that shit, I think we was just throwing these niggas off a cliff. That's what I think we was doing. Like, for them really crazy people, I think we was just throwing them off a cliff. Because we was doing some nut shit. Like, I think in like the 1400s or like 1500s or some shit like that, the way their way of curing a headache was to put your head in like a metal helmet and have someone just whack your shit with a mallet. So I'm pretty sure they was just dropping crazy niggas off at the cliff. If that was their way to solve a headache, why would that not be their solution to deal with crazy people who committed crimes? And then we created a law system. We said, nah, we got to give these people an asylum, a place of refuge to just be crazy in peace. Okay, cool. You do a crime, now you get sent over there. Now, what if we were to put y'all on a little island, no supervision, no medications, we just give y'all food? You got a phone so you can call your mama if you want. Like I said, I don't think half of them would see the end of the month. I really don't think half of them would see the end of the month. That's just my 2 cents on the take. Well, you know how it is. I appreciate y'all watching and listening now. I appreciate it. We gonna play this track and get on out of here. This has been episode 32 / episode 1 of Random Thoughts from Azimoto. I'm your host, Azimoto, just a young buck from South Florida with a vision and something to say. Now let's play this track and have a good night now.
Yeah, I've been tripping, going through it. I've been stressing about a bitch. I ain't gon' lie, when she left, that shit hurt me like a bitch. But I'm straight though, I still get cases though. Still small hella dough. About to take a trip to the island for them crazy hoes. She gon' suck my tip. Yeah, she wildin', wanna take me home. Say she staying sunrise in the hood with all them vacant homes. When I seen them bando men, I said I'm not gon' make it home. I'ma set a shot with my Glock, got a camera stove. Run up in this trap, if you want bitch, I got hella goals. And some naked hoes, whipping living YOLO for no profit though. They not sniffing codes, cause they know they gotta fucking go. Ain't no strung out hoes in my trap, they gotta fucking go. And if it's snitching hoes in my trap, we gotta fucking go. Cause they gon' kick the dough, take the money and all the fucking dough. I'ma kill that hoe because I knew she was a shady hoe. I say fuck it though, I gotta eat, man, I can't start no more. Bought that hoe a ring, but she don't feel me in her heart no more. So I bought a bean, cause there's no feelings in my heart no more. I bought a red one, AR, with the sniper scope. I be going in, don't need no hook, that just for snagging hoes. Never real men can't get too cold, man, I just let them go. I pass it to the bro, dig her out, man, he can have that hoe. Ain't no beefing about it, if it's one, it's about 1,000 more.